So this is Raising Cain, 1107. That's initiated over a master's flip. So I'm going to do some invites. Let me see who this is so I can make sure. Okay. I'm going to do these invites and then I'm going to take the first caller. But yeah, so we got to understand that this shit will not be as empty, as difficult as we making it out to be. If we know that it's supposed to be difficult, that's what makes it become easier, right? And is in Chaldees, the city of fire. So to make it easier, right, you become aware that the fact that it's supposed to be difficult, the difficulty refines the character, and the character develops the individual. All right. There she go. I think that's one of the gods. But you're supposed to have difficulty in life. Peace, God.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good, man.
Where you
Hey, I
where
was
you
just
chiming in from?
Georgia.
Georgia? That's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up.
They got me out.
Georgia?
Yes, sir. They got me out here at work. But check this out though. I was chiming in because I had just want to ask you a few questions about something. Um,
Come on.
when I was, I don't know if it truly means something, but I know when I was young, I was born with like two holes on my ear right here, like one on this side and one on that side. They used to tell me when I was little that mean I could see like dead people or something like that. So I never really understood that. And then another situation when I was a little kid, like I want to say like 7 or 8, uh, we had like a family reunion, and I some kind of way slipped, hit my head, and rolled over into the pool. I was in the pool for like 20 minutes, like literally 20 minutes. And when they said they finally found me, they found me at the bottom of the pool. I was curled up like a baby, smiling. And so them people had said I was dead or whatever. But some kind of way I ended up coming back alive or something like that. But it crazy because when I so-called came back alive, I remember when I went outside from getting out of the hospital, I went outside and I looked directly at the sun and I said, it felt like I just left there or something. Like that how it literally had felt to me, literally. And I had told my mama that it like I feel something like I was just over there or something. My mama tell you so like I don't know, that was just weird to me. Well, it ain't weird to me, but what you think about that? What you say?
So, dealing with the second half first. Spirit messages come in as angels of light on angles of light. And the angles of light comes from the sun in the center of the solar system. The solar system is the center of the system of the soul. So when God, Creator, Big Mama, need to get message to you through Papa, which we call the sun, she tells the son what to tell the child in order for the child to be rightly guided, right? So water is an amplifier of the spiritual energy that comes in as angels of light on the angles of light that's coming from the sun. The melanin is the natural organic receiver to this information. The neuromelanin at the root of the spine or at the base of the spine called the pons region is where the black mirror is, where the translation of the spirit energy translates into terms you can comprehend in the brain. So whatever you was dealing with, the energy that you was responding from came from the sun, amplified in the water, and you was in what you call a dead state. But we know nothing dies. It just
Right.
transforms, right? So the dead state awaiting the transformation is the state that you had to be in to receive the higher conscious information from the sun. It just so happened that you was not aware of the self to the level to translate what you've seen. So you sought guidance from your mother when you say, it seemed like I was just there.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I see.
Gotcha.
As
Okay.
for those holes on your ear, um, Rich, hold that question for Malachi Z. York because he's written about it before, and it means more than what he wrote about it. So until he give us the rest of the measure, it's only a brief mention in the measure to tell you that the measure has more.
Right.
Got it?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed night.
You too, God.
Yes,
Appreciate the
sir.
call.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, I'm about to take another caller.
All right.
I just invited somebody in with no profile picture. I don't normally do that. But we're about to see what's up. Just, they be trying to lie and wait, then spring up on you on a surprise like you can't
Well,
defend
what's on,
yourself.
what's on my camera? Oh, hold on 1 second. Smooth taco. Damn.
Let's see who
Hey,
this.
hey, hey, what's up, Aunt? How you doing?
What's going on, guy? Where you calling from?
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, you right down the street, man. You should have just came
Yeah.
up here and had a beer or something.
Yeah, how you doing? Now I was calling. I finally got a hold of y'all. I just wanted to just talk about a couple things. I know you was talking about the babies earlier, and I don't know, because through my life, like, it's been like when I was growing up, I had a lot of problems as a kid, a lot of traumas and stuff. And I was wondering, like, why people treat people like that. So I've been studying nature lately, and I had read something about a lion, and it said that I was wondering because I started looking at the dollar bills, the triangle, and I noticed that the apex, the eye was at the apex, and I was like, "What is apex?" And it was like, "That's the top hunter, whatever it is." And they said that the lions is apex hunters, and I said, "Why is the lion an apex hunter?" And it said because no other animal will attack a mature lion. They'll attack a child, but they won't attack a mature lion.
Well, the apex predator, meaning that you're the top of the food chain in the area you developed.
Okay, and that goes with birds too, right? Because I
Right.
was wondering, like,
So in the bird family, you got what they call birds of prey. Then
birds
you
of
have,
prey.
then you got scavenger birds, and then you have the rest of the bird family.
Is that why they got the bird on the dollar bill and they call them bills to snatch the soul right up out of motherfucker with their fiat money?
No, the sun on the bird on the dollar bill is supposed to be the national symbol of the bald eagle.
Okay,
The
okay,
bald eagle is a bird of prey that has no known predators.
no predators.
Right.
Okay,
Now, the bald eagle being the symbol for the nation is actually to tie us to the biblical contract. There, where the eagle is gathered and the
okay,
carcass, that's where the coming of the Son of Man. Right. So it's talking about the valley of dry bones of Ezekiel being hovered over by a bird of prey. A bird of prey doesn't hunt the dead.
it doesn't hunt the dead.
No, it's not a
Just
scavenger.
vultures. Okay, it's not a scavenger.
But the scavenger flies with the birds of prey, and they are the ones that's looking for the carcass. So
Okay,
in one of the talons of the eagle, he have 13 swords. I mean,
okay.
arrows. He had 13 arrows.
13 arrows.
And in the
Yeah,
other
I see.
one, he has a 13-leaf
So
olive
in the other
plant.
hand, olive is that olive leaves?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
olive.
Now,
Okay,
the 13 arrows is supposed to be the 13 colonies, but that's not true. It's the 12 daughters of Isis and their
Isis.
baby brother.
Okay,
Those are the 12 or the 12 organic peoples of the earth. The
okay.
oldest of the daughters in Kemetic culture is the Sekhmet energy. She
Segment.
is,
That's the lion head, right?
yes.
Okay.
So she is the daughter that's the heir.
To the throne.
Right. She's the heir to the throne or the Isis seat. The son gets his power from that sister, which is almost always the oldest sister.
Okay. Is this son Horus?
Horus is the son in the holy drama that they're talking about. But
And he's a
in
hawk, right?
right, another bird of prey.
The fastest bird, right? The hawk, right? They said the hawk was the fastest
I think
bird.
it's the falcon that's the fastest.
Okay. I thought it was one of them. I remember.
Yeah, but they easy to get mixed up.
Okay.
Right.
And I
Okay, now
was reading.
and you read
I'm
in
sorry. You put on.
when you're reading in the hieroglyphics, the son that's the chosen heir, represented by Heru, he
Haru.
need to be crowned by two sisters. Now remember, he is the son already of Aset. So he needed her daughter that's the heir, Sekhmet, and her daughter that's her main ally, Nephthys.
Nephthys.
Right. Nephthys is the auntie that they call the pearl.
Pearl.
Right.
Okay.
So now when you read the Moses story and they said that the Pharaoh's niece drew Moses from the water and gave her to her auntie, which was his real mother, which was his staged mother in the house of Pharaoh. They're telling you that the Nephthys went with Aset to collect the parts of Osiris.
Okay. With Isis, right?
Right. And
Okay.
then when the son become of age to take the rulership reigns from the father, then Sekhmet has to be the one that he is engaged to.
Okay.
So she becomes his wife and his sister.
Okay. Sekhmet.
Right. Because she is the rightful heir, and the only way to get the rightful heir is the family redeemer's job is to marry the chosen daughter of each of the royal families. This is how he become the family redeemer.
Okay. Haru.
As the family redeemer, the first family has to always redeem his own family first. So the daughter that is the heir of his family is his first wife, even if he don't never know it in his lifetime.
Okay. But
Because
it will be
the cultural changes, a lot of these things are not adhered to.
okay. So as time goes, as he reincarnates next life, it will be his wife, right? His daughter.
No, in the life that he's the family redeemer.
Family redeemer.
Okay, he's the chosen prince to be heir to the kingdom.
Okay.
Right? But the only way he can be activated is by the mother and the father presenting the sister as his first consort.
Okay.
Because she is the heir under mitochondrial to the wealth of the family. He is the ruler. He is the heir to the rulership off the father line.
Or the father.
So in order to secure the wealth, you marry the ruler the one who inherited the right to rule is married or espoused to the one who's going to inherit the wealth.
Okay.
And that's the
Okay.
only way to have a functional royal family. She's going to
Okay.
get the money. The money
Okay.
comes in from the mother line
From the
because
mother
the
line.
mother line is called the
Crumble.
true line.
The true line
It's,
because of the
right.
mitochondrion, right?
It's
Okay.
the main line, the red line, the hot line.
Hotline.
So
Okay.
when we used to go to church and they were saying Jesus on the main line, they talking about Isis is the mother
Nice.
at the end of the mother line. If you know how to communicate telepathically through your genetic line, she can directly communicate and guide you into your best life.
Wow.
Right. So mama's only job as Oshun energy is to make sure her son gets somebody with Oshun energy. That's called unconditional pure love with a golden heart.
Wow. Okay. Because I was looking because I had how I started like kind of waking up one day. I looked in the sky and I kept looking at the star. I didn't know what I was looking at, but I think it was Sirius. But then I started looking at Venus, and I know they said that was the morning star, and that was Jesus, the Lucifer. Lucifer was the morning star too. But then I was seeing that Venus was like right by the sun, but it was in the constellation of Leo. But every picture of Ayana and Isis, I always see them with the lion with them. So
Or
that's
with a lion face. They'll come in because they'll have them. See, a lot of time we will get the iconography confused because we'll see what look like 5 different segments,
yeah.
but
They
they'll
want to
all
be
be wearing a different dress.
different dress.
That's because they come from a different family. They the heir for a different family,
Okay.
right? That's called building the pride.
Okay.
We're
Same way.
talking about feminine right to rule. The
Is it
family.
kind of like? No, I'm sorry. Is it like counterfeit what Jacob did with his 12 tribes, with his sons when he tried to make like his sons? Is it like is it that counterfeit off of what he's trying to do with his sons, his 12 sons of Jacob, Jacob, like Judah, his sons,
Yeah, so he's trying to
Levi, and them?
replace. Listen, Jacob is the supplanter, the underminer, right? That means that Jacob and the 12 tribes of Jacob and the sister being in the place of the son is Diana, right? So Diana allegedly got raped, and the sons of Israel slaughtered the Canaanites that raped her whole family, except for the women. They took them to rape.
To rape. They would call booty, or how when they take them. Okay.
Now in esoteric teachers, when they see this event taking place, they call it the Great Rape Campaign to subjugate the women of the earth.
So I was reading something too about Allah, about one of the daughters, about the name Allah came from. I can't pronounce it right, but I think it was like Ale, but it was supposed to be Urshagal, Anana's sister. I remember you said, because I remember you said
Allah.
the Muslim, Allah, yeah, they were supposed to be, I remember you said that sin was supposed to be Allah. And then Urshagal Nana Sin's daughter. So that would make sense, right? Because they said that when I was reading it, was saying that the name Allah was the name of, he had 3 daughters, the 3 daughters of Allah. But then I took the name, I couldn't pronounce what you said, and it
So
was.
look, stop right there. They can't be the 3 daughters of Allah when they older than Allah.
Right.
Right. He can't have 3 daughters before his ass is born.
Sin, basically, right. Okay.
Right. So I'm not going to go into that because that's a whole lecture that you're going to now. We moving into the territory of delivering a whole lecture on the breakdown of the idols of the Kaaba.
Okay.
That's a whole lot of shit. Now, I don't want to unpack that shit right now.
Okay. I have like one more question. I was wondering something weird about my birthday, because I'm left-handed. and my birthday is December 31st. I try to do. I did the little constellation thing. We lined them up, the planets. I mean, they was lined up weird when I was born. I was wondering if that has anything to do with it.
So when you left-handed, that means that your mother line is in control,
Okay.
right? So the 13, you was born 12/31. The turnaround is 13, which is the Queen Mother on the flip, and the 12 is the countdown off of the 2-1. Well, we say off the 1 in rap back in the early days, but before that it was 1, 2, 1, 2,
That's
1,
a 2-1 beat,
3,
right? The
go.
2-1.
Right.
The blues was 1, 1, 1. Then it got 1, 2, right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's about
All right,
it.
guys, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take another caller.
All right. Good to talk to you.
All right. Thanks for calling in, bro.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to get you a profile picture because you almost didn't get up here.
I know. Okay, yeah, I gotta get one. I don't really like. I try to. I don't really like social media too much.
I can't
For real,
stand this shit, but you
I can't.
gotta have a profile picture because I don't normally take people without a profile picture because the
Yeah, I'll
dirty
get
lords
one.
be using those blank accounts like that to try to
Yeah,
blindside a motherfucker.
man.
But I'm waiting
Can
on
I ask you
their
one
ass
more
and
thing?
I'm ready.
Okay, can I ask one more thing? I'm gonna let you go. Okay, the Santa Claus story. Okay, now I
No,
was
no,
trying to
no,
line.
no.
Oh,
I'm not finna go there.
okay.
I'm finna take another
I
caller.
was talking about Zord PD. All right, yeah.
All right.
All right.
As soon as you said Santa Claus story, I know we was about to go down the rabbit hole. I'm gonna take another caller and need a sister. When you see hieroglyphics on the wall in your sleep, that means there's a spirit message that you need to learn to translate, and it's specific to you and your ancestors. Somebody asked the question.
What the hell? Hold on. Oh, I be a
Hey
monkey's uncle. What's up, Ryan? What's
there.
up?
What's going on? Where you
Look, I
calling
was on
from?
my way to Oklahoma, Arkansas. Goddamn.
That's what's up.
Look.
Arkansas in the house, Razorback territory.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna roll with Oklahoma right now because they backwards as hell down here. But okay. Look, I didn't even think I was gonna get in. Look. Hey, gratitude though. Big ups to you. Like, if you the only person that could have came and did this shit. Like, you got patience. I be waiting for you to jap the hell out, but you be so cool, calm, and collected and sincere and shit. But you be putting all the little puzzle pieces together for me, and I'm like, hey, that's what's up. My people from Mississippi and went to Chicago, then Michigan and wherever. But I got a question because I'm the black sheep of my family too. But I don't give a
Hey,
fuck. They
somebody
kiss my
said
ass.
clean your lens so your camera could show a clearer picture.
Look, it's fucked up. Look, I'm broke. I don't be worried about these phones. I don't be worried, but I turn like that. I don't know if you can
Oh,
see me
I ain't
though.
tripping. I was just telling you because somebody in the comments mentioned I can see.
Yeah. And then my ass is black too, and it's dark in here, so it's the camera and I'm dark, but it's good. It's
You
good.
don't look black to me. You look more like chocolate, maybe a little coconut or cocoa. You don't look black though.
Yeah. Look, Coco, yeah. I mean, my ink don't be showing up on these tattoos. That's why I said black hell. I don't get no color. But
That's because
I got a
they got colors for that though. They call ultra colors. The ultra colors don't fade, and they show the fuck up.
oh yeah. Well, that must be some new shit. I ain't had a tat in about 8 years.
No,
It's
it's
like
been around. It's been around, but it's normally more expensive. And the average nigga get a tattoo, try to go cut corners and get the cheap ink.
that's me. I'm the average nigga. That's me. That's me right there. I'ma smoke with you, hook me up, whatever. As long as them needles be clean. But I be trying not to tap out. I be holding it. Yeah, I can't. I smoke myself to death. Hell. But I get enough to get the outline. You know what it is. Just ask me if you get it confused. I'll tell you. But yeah, the A fitted. A fitted. I think I fitted. Can't do it. Can't do
I
it.
already know
Yeah,
you. I already know you the life of the motherfucking party. When your
yeah,
birthday?
I am. October 1st.
Oh,
I'm a Libra.
yeah. You always coming in on some balance funny shit. Okay, I got you.
No, but you know, I got love-hate relationship with people. Cause they
Mm-hmm.
either love me or they hate the love me or love me, hate, you know. But every time somebody see me, this what they say. They say, "Hey, how you doing with your mean ass? What you been up to?" That's every time. I've been mean all my life. I just be like, "All right, I'm good, you know, whatever, whatever, okay." So I'm
I
trying to
told my
embrace
mama
all
one
this.
time. Look, I told my mama one time. I said, My mama said, "What kind of woman? What kind of wife you gonna marry when you grow up?" I said, "A real mean one." She said, "Why would you marry?" She said, "Why would you marry her?" I said, "I don't want her to be mean to me. I want her to be mean to everybody else, though.
Everybody else, yup, yup, yup.
Be mean to
Yeah,
everybody
but
else.
I be mean.
That's how you keep the milkman in his place."
Yeah. I be fine. I just tell them the truth. Cause I just got two rules in life. Like I wanna mind my business, be fruitful, multiply, and not impose on nobody. So if you come fucking with me, then like we got some issues. But I never step on no toes. But people use and abuse. But I was going to ask you something, cause like, you know, all my life, you know, I see them little shadow people and shit. And I be seeing just different shit. People be like, "You crazy." My kids be like, "You weird as hell." I be like, "That's cool though." I like quirky because I'm cool as hell. I mean, I be weird, but I call it quirky. But like my mama, when she was born, she had a twin, but the twin died. Okay, so then was her. Then when I came in, I was blue, so I was half-assed dead. Then I had complications with my
Wait,
daughter.
wait,
It's
wait, wait,
ICU.
wait, wait, wait. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. You
Yeah.
said when you was born, you was blue, and you assume that mean you was half dead.
I couldn't breathe. I wasn't breathing. They put me in one of them
Listen,
tanks for like a two
don't.
weeks. And what's
That's
that?
all. That's cool. All that's cool. My daughter was born perfectly healthy, and she was green.
Really?
I'm
Cause they
just
call
telling
me
you.
Misha Blue Green. My last name is Green, but I was born blue, so they be like Misha Blue Green, and so they didn't call me that all my life. You know,
Yeah, that's aqua.
aqua. Okay, I hate water. I can't swim at all. Will not. I cannot. Will
You
not.
better learn. You better learn.
I can swim underwater. I can float and I can doggy paddle. Long as don't no wave come in and no shit, I'm good. I just float and keep flapping or something. But I'm not gonna drown. I ain't gonna drown. But yeah, I don't fuck that water.
Hey,
I don't
I
fuck that
learned
water.
how to swim. Trying to get my nephew to swim, I almost drowned myself, and that's how I learned how to swim.
Right. I just ain't got it in me. I grew up in the country, so my
You got
uncle, they
listen,
left.
listen, listen. You can learn to swim if you want to learn to swim. You got to
Okay,
face
I
your
don't want to learn. I
listen.
don't want to learn,
You
but I
have
need to.
you have to face your fears if you want to overcome them, right? So
Right.
what when people have fears or phobias, that's their life nemesis. The fear that they got to overcome. Some people are definitely afraid of dogs, and you know what? I give them a puppy. I give them a puppy. Because if they get attached to the puppy, the attachment to the puppy as it becomes a dog is slowly erasing the fear of the dog.
Okay.
So by the time they got a dog, now they might not like other people's dog, but they no longer is in that fear energy.
Mm, mm. What I heard you tell me is get a life jacket, girl. Get a life jacket and go do it. I'll try, but
Well, sometimes you have to go with people that you enjoy being around so you can make the swimming experience a joyous occasion, and that'll make you more apt to learn to swim, and it'll also override that fear response too. So you don't have to go out getting into a 12-foot pool. You can go out and get into a 5-foot kiddie pool. Long as you can stand up in the water over your head, you can practice.
Look, I can't see without my glasses. I was trying to get in the other day, and see, I'm old. I don't know how to work this stuff. And it said invite. I'm tapping this damn screen, just tapping this shit, just tapping this shit. That ain't even a damn invite button. It was somewhere else. I had to go get the grandbaby. Show me where the damn invite button was. I said, Lord, okay.
You
Okay.
don't look
Yeah,
old enough to have no grandbabies.
I'm 44. Yeah. I told my kids don't give me no grandkids till I was 40, and hell, boop, here come one. And then on Mother's Day, right before Mother's Day, my daughter's like, what you want to get for a grandbaby? And I was like, girl, shut the hell up. And boom, here she come with a grandbaby.
44.
And that's a little pandemic baby. She a little terror. Like she pick up on, she's smart as hell. She's smart. I said, she been here from fall. She remind me of my Aunt Josephine for some reason. I'll just be like, she
Josephine,
feisty.
that's my daughter grandmama name.
For real. Yeah,
Yeah.
she remind me of my Aunt Josie. I just be like, ooh. And she
Josephine,
got that little arm.
that's the Noble line. That's Chicago Peastone line.
Yeah,
Seven,
you see, my
seven sisters.
auntie was the vice lord. My uncle was a GD. My grandpa used to have a club down there on Lake Street. And then he moved his other family out to Michigan while he left them, how they do it back in the day. But he could afford to, hell. But people keep telling me I got curses and stuff put on me, but I don't listen to nobody. But like I don't play no victim, but I just be wondering, like, I had to fight to get in this mug. My baby had to fight, her baby had to fight. Maybe we is cursed or something. I don't know what be going on
Or
in my world.
maybe all that fighting y'all doing to come in was that y'all was born to be warriors.
I got a warrior spirit. I do. I be seeing little shit, but I don't know. I don't know.
So look, what you have around you is a bunch of ancestors that you see as shadows.
All the
And,
time.
yeah. They can only stay by your permission. If you tell them to leave, they have to go. But the ones that's trying to help you, you want to tell them to stay. And the ones that's trying to mislead you, you want to tell them, go sit your motherfucking ass down in the corner somewhere, get the fuck out of my life, fucking it up with your foul ass energy. And that's how you clear generational curses.
Okay.
Now the
Okay.
good ancestors waiting on you to bitch check the fucked up ancestors so they can ride their ass on the other side to bump them straight from the fuck ups that they was doing in their lifetime. So they don't pass that energy down through you. You have to stop that ancestor from putting their negative energy in the family line by confronting that energy when it shows up in the self. That's part of shadow work too.
Yeah, working on some shit. That's some deep shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's some deep shit. You gotta face a lot of trauma. That's some deep shit.
Look, the easiest way when you facing trauma to view it is keep replaying it until it has no more emotional effect. Just keep reviewing it until it doesn't affect you anymore. That's called exhausting the emotional hold of that energy. Once it's exhausted, it can't stay. It can't stay there no more because it's ran its course. It's only there to weigh you down and lead you astray.
Mm.
So when you face the trauma and you relive it enough for it not to be effective of you, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
infect your life because you dealt with it.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. I be emotionally detached, so I guess I don't recognize a lot of my traumas because logically I analyze things and I'll be like, well, I
This
can
is how
see
you
from a
find them.
logical point.
You find them by your emotions is the navigational system. when you feel an emotional response in your body, then you ask yourself, is it in context? And if you looking at everything and say, I shouldn't be this mad because somebody ate the last cookie, right? And now you know that that's tied to a trauma.
Okay.
It's tied to a trauma because it's out of context. The trauma causes the thing that you shouldn't be traumatized about to affect you to the point where it can push your buttons out of context. And this is how you bump straight, making sure that your emotions are in context. So if somebody slapped the shit out of you, right, and you beat their ass instantly, when you review it, you wanted to know that was your response appropriate for
it. Always is.
Right. But no, when you working from a trauma, your response is gonna be over the top. But when you're not working from the trauma, you understand that sometime in order for you to do us right, you gotta chop a motherfucker in the throat, push their snot box back, turn their spit rig, get their back dirty.
Right.
So that's facing the traumas. They'll elude you a lot of times because they will seem like they emerging from within the self. But that's because somebody put the trauma in you in order for it to even be coming from within you.
Right.
And the only true trauma is a trauma that somebody outside of you inflicted upon you. It's not yours. So stop owning that shit. And that's how you release. You release that energy at that point.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because you said because somebody ate the last thing. Like I snapped yesterday. Like I fried all that damn chicken, and I went in there and somebody ate the last 2 pieces of chicken wings. When I tell you it's a hole in the wall, yeah, I'll be triggered. It's trauma. It's trauma. It's trauma. Yeah, that's what's up though. Okay, right. That's good. I'm cool now. I'm gonna smoke the last little piece of my stuff and go to sleep. I didn't think I was gonna get in, but I'm glad I did. And I'm thankful I got to talk to you. And I'm gonna let somebody else get in here because I can talk forever.
Okay.
All right then.
All right. One day I was crying. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing? What's up, God?
What's up, Aunt?
I like to see it when the couple laying there watching my shit together. Y'all be like,
oh yeah,
what's over here? Do you hear what that nigga just said? And
we
she be
had
laughing, you be laughing.
we had to send a request from her page because I ain't got no profile picture myself, so I know
You
you
heard me
ain't
talk
gonna
about
check.
that shit too, didn't
Yeah, I had wrote you before. We got we got 2 questions actually. We got one coming in a couple months. And the birth certificate thing was something that the doula that we have and the midwife that we have talked about, and they asked us how we wanted to do the birth certificate. So they suggested, the one that we have got that we ain't gonna do. Then they suggested what's
We
the
can do a home birth certificate, like a doula birth certificate, just to have for proof of birth at home, but it doesn't do anything outside of that. Like it
Right.
won't be notarized
That's
or
because
anything.
right now we finna change over from a system where the birth certificate was a performance bond on the youth for his life labor. So what y'all need is called a family book.
Yeah.
Right? Every child's supposed to have a family book. And when you christen the child, the doula announces the vital statistics of the child to the family that's present. Right? and the child was born on this day at this time, weighed this amount of money, and they call it a baptism. But the way that you see a baptism now, it's not a baptism, because the baptism, you're supposed to be reading to the family the entry of the new family member, and starting his family book, right? So he's supposed to have 3 books. The black book is the one that's part of Big Mama record. The blue book is the lessons that the men in the family want to teach the male child. The red book is the one that the sisters in the family, the elder women, want to teach the child as he grows up. So when you have like birthday parties, right, you'll put the books out, the red one and the blue one, and the family members responsible for or who offered to teach a certain thing will write in the ledger. And this is how you knew who knew how to do what. Uncle Charles wrote in the family book, in the blue book for the son, that he taught him on this day, and it took him this long to learn how to perform plumbing functions in a home. So now we know that Uncle Charles taught the baby boy how to be a competent plumber, and it took him 3 years to do it because it's in his family book. And so this is how you made. So the child grows into an adult. The only person that write in the black book is mama, daddy, and big mama. Big mama is the matriarch in the family. She's the one who validates the black book. The black book go with all of the family books at Big Mama house, right? And the mother's mother keep the red book, and the father's father keep the blue book for the event.
All right. Appreciate that. One more thing. Me and my girl been following you for a while now. We've been guided up until this point by, getting messages from the other side. Like whenever I hear you speak, I always see that it ain't just coming from no book. It's coming from the other side. The lady that you just seen next to me is 100% clairvoyant. So she get messages at will. You was talking about how back then I think you said we didn't have wars like that. We intermarried across the land.
So the marriages was the joining or uniting of families for political purposes. So when we was marrying people from Africa on the east coast of North and South America and in the islands, on the west coast, we was doing business and trade and marrying back and forth across the Pacific, down into the Polynesian islands, going into Hawaii, going into like Thailand and the Philippines and China and Japan. We was always trading with them.
Right.
Right. So when we called for the Gullah Wars, a lot of Polynesians went to Florida. That's why they got large communities in Florida. Some of them stayed in California as a outreach, so they can have what they call a jump station. What it is when they come to the mainland from the Polynesian islands, they would land in California and they would check in with the royal family of California, and then they would plot their path to get them safely to the Gullah Wars.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Only reason I brought that up is because she come from a long line of witches, Egyptian witches. And right, and I trace my bloodline back all the way to the Muskogee tribe. I've been doing my genealogy, my ancestry for a while now. Say what's up. Who that
hey,
is?
What's going on, youngster?
What his name is? Rod. Hey, Uncle Rod. He was like,
hey,
man,
out of everything else, man, what make me know this shit is worth it is when the youth see me and they have a smile on their face.
Yeah.
And they know who I am.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about what these old spineless jellyfish ass niggas what they think. I care
Yeah.
about what the children think. I care about inspiring them to be greater than what they was told they can be by this system we in.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see the children, they see me and they be, hey, Uncle Rod, boy, I be so
Yeah.
happy.
Tell them what you is. Tell them what you is. A shaman. A shaman.
That's what's up. Hey, look, inbox me, man. I want to send him a couple of books.
Oh, we been on it.
Yeah, I want to send him a couple of books.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate the info. We're gonna be tapping in with you, Mo.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. I know you.
Oh, this is my guy right here. He wasn't next, but I had to put him in here because he be doing the work for translating what I be saying for younger people to be able to understand it. This brother is very critical for the struggle. And he been, ever since he ran across me, he been putting in the work. Come on, God, where you at? Yeah, that's the promise of the future. The children are the promise of the future. As long as women having babies, we've been secured the future. When they stop having babies, somebody done fucked up. Temple Binya, Binia, however you pronounce it. I can't go more into detail without the questions because it was a pretty detailed description on how you keep a family record for each one of the children. Hold on, I'm gonna try again. I'm trying to invite you back in again, God.
What's
See,
up,
God.
man?
Man, you've been getting it in. I've been checking you out. You've been putting
Yeah,
in work.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, man. I'm doing
And you
everything
ain't
that you're
trying, you
doing.
doing it. You doing
Yeah, I
it.
appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. You are you showing up on this planet at this time in this moment was meant to happen, man. So you are changing so many lives, and you know mine's one of them, man. Like when I first heard you talk, I was like, hold on, man. I feel something a little different. You know, I've been trying to channel Thoth, you know, kind of, you know, just trying to put in that work, trying to get that vibration, trying to bring that signal in. And then I heard you, then I heard you speaking, bro. And it was like, okay, it's time to try to do some things, man. It's time to free my mind and help free my people's mind. So I appreciate you saying that, Rod. That's big. That's
Yeah,
big to hear you come out.
look, I've been watching. And then, you know, one of the good things is because, like, some of my word selection is because I had to reach people with more information than the youth, right? But I
Yeah.
also got to figure out how to get to the youth. And then you explain what I just said, and the youth can grasp it how you explain it. And it makes it even simpler to understand. But
Yeah.
really, you ain't translating it for the youth. You translating it for them old ignorant motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's a fact.
But you're doing
It's
a
a
good
fact.
job, though,
Yeah, I
right?
appreciate you, man.
Because they see what you saying, they can see it clear, and then the way that you reference the information to be so accurate, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah,
can't miss. It's
right.
you know that's why two heads better than one.
And then 15 heads are better than one. And I think we got 199. We just hit 200. 200 heads is better than one. You know what I'm saying? You building that army, man. One of the things that I was thinking about is we have 200 people, 202 people that are live right now, right? Some people are going to go and they're going to listen to you and they're going to take this message. They're going to wake up in the morning. They're not going to do anything with it, right? Like what do you think you need to say, or what can we say to these people, these 204 people, to say, Y'all are powerful people. Every single person in here has some kind of ability. You know, it might be astral projection, it might be telepathy, it might be you know, mind reading. We all have these powers, but so many of us don't really truly believe it, right? So we come on here, we hear Rod, and we get excited. Then we wake up in the morning and we go do our own thing, our work. What do we really need to say to people to help them really realize the power within them? You know, that's one of the things that I tried to put out there. What's your take on it? How do we reach these people that are just gonna turn the live off and go about their business?
Well, fortunately, the way that we've been putting in the work, a lot of people who had lost faith in themselves because of religious dogma
Right.
is starting to find that desire to be more now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right. So it's not, at this point, we're not really worried about if they get up and do something in the morning, because the energy that they download when they understand the information, it's going to move them.
All right.
It's going to move them. You are a living example of what I'm talking about.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody in here, there's 208, 209 people now. Everybody in here is looking to see how are we deciphering the real-time events so that we can see further up the road. But we have to remember, tomorrow ain't here because we're not done creating it yet.
Right.
And yesterday is gone because we burnt that bitch down, so we can't go back over that bridge.
Right.
Right? So we operate from the now to get to the future. And we remember why we burned yesterday down, because it wasn't functional.
Yep.
Whenever we all get to a collectively functional common denominator for a day, we defeat time.
Right.
Because now we know that if we can not pass our hatreds to the children, they won't grow up embracing those hatreds. When we figure out that the hatreds was a gift from the oppressor to allow us to be on autopilot with our oppression and to oppress ourselves on their behalf, right? Then they start to see different things to do. And this is what's drawing everybody to the information that we've been working so diligently to put out. Because the information changes the energy signatures in their heart and mind. So they're going from flatline beep to beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Right? Now, all we got to do is let them, their heart beat a little stronger so they can get out the ICU.
Right.
Right? Once we get them out the ICU, we can start working them toward getting out the hospital.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So it's stages. We doing the work. And the hardest part is to realize the process takes time.
It truly does. Yeah.
And it take how much time it take. And it's on the schedule that only Big Mama know the answer to. Because it's already been written and declared that no man knows the day or the hour. By default, what's omitted? They didn't say the woman didn't know.
Right.
So she can determine the day and the hour by tuning in to what's known as the feminine line or the feline or the cat line. Which
Hold on, let me stop you real quick. I love when you start getting into this shit. It's like, Roz, you better hit screen record because Roz's about to go in. Go ahead, bro.
So the feline is the feminine line. It's the mother line of psychic contact because the cat symbolizes communication with the spirit realm. So when we're dealing with the feline, the feminine line, right, now we talking about the daughters of Isis, the Sibyls.
Okay. Okay. Keep
right?
going.
The symbols mean they all different and distinct individuals with their own mind, but they also operate as a collective unit,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
when you see one, you see the quality
Mhm.
and the character of the next one you're going to see. It's
Okay.
almost like seeing a different person wearing a different avatar,
Okay.
right? So they got the same belief system, they got the same goodness of heart,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they tapped in together through a psychic network of sisters, right? So now, when they realize that you don't have to tell them about their superpowers, because
Mm-hmm.
when they realize that they can psychically talk to other sisters on the symbol line,
Yeah.
then they realize that they're using a fucking superpower in real time.
Real time. This
They
message,
activating that X-Men gene, the
this
mutant gene.
man, you don't know how, I know I sent you like that video the other day, and I was talking about some things, and we're trying to, as a group, kind of keep things a little private. But just based off what you said there, people are gonna freak out, man. These things have been happening to me and some of my friends, these synchronicities, things that people say, like exactly what you're talking about right now. Is exactly what a lot of the people that I'm dealing with need to hear, man. Trying to come into this world, and we're seeing just all this evil, all this bad stuff happening, especially to our women and our children. It's really motivated us to put in that extra work, but a lot of it has to come through these psychic connections. And the women, man, the women, that's where it's at. They're
Every
so
woman is a
powerful.
Tesla coil. Yeah,
That's
every
right,
woman is
boy.
a Tesla coil.
Yeah, we got
And
to start treating them.
when they awaken in mass like that,
Yeah,
those Tesla coils form a grid all over the earth, because you can't go nowhere where
yeah,
people at and there ain't no women there.
that's right. That's right.
I don't care if they the good guy or the bad guy, the
Mm-hmm.
black guy or the white guy, the
Right.
Hispanic guy or the Asian guy, the
Mm-hmm.
Australian guy or the New Zealand guy, whether
Mm-hmm.
they in the North Pole or the South Pole.
Right.
There's always a woman there if there's some
There's
men
always
there.
gonna be a woman there. Yep.
Wherever there's people at, there's women there.
That's right.
So Big Mama got a dog in every fight.
Every fight. Yeah, these women are powerful, man. I mean, man, being around some of them, man, that mitochondrial starts kicking up, and boy, I can do some stuff. It's like I can't do it. You show up, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
It's quite
cause
remarkable, man.
and when they start giving you that unconditional love energy,
Yeah. Yep.
shit, motherfucker think he got bars. He started rapping. He started rapping like an alien from another galaxy. He think he got skating skills. He go to the skating ring. This motherfucker could hit a
Roll bounce.
360 on one wheel and a backflip.
Yep. Yep. That's
You know,
exactly how I'm feeling.
and then that's why you need cheerleaders at football.
Yep. Yep.
If the cheerleaders don't like the players on the team, they ain't gonna win shit.
They gonna suck. Yeah, they're gonna suck.
If the cheerleaders love the guys that they cheering for, this gonna be the hardest team for your ass to beat. And because we don't know the science, we don't know that the purpose of the cheerleaders is to give a mitochondrial boost to the home team.
Yep, that's what it
And to
is.
draw the love energy from the team that's in the crowd to pass it on, and they become like the Transformers.
Yep.
Jumping
That's
the
crazy.
energy from the cheerleaders to the players.
Yep, that's crazy, man. The things that you come up with, man, like golly, my journey. It started with Chancellor Williams' deconstruction of Black civilization. And from there, that's when I started Lineage, right? And my business isn't about selling a thing. I put books on there, but it's about really trying to help people understand where we came from, how deep that rabbit hole goes. I tell people a little bit about, because I heard you tell the story about